Feeling like Hov in 97, there's a void in my city. And every time I get to wrecking, they compare me to Biggie. We the drillers in my section, we don't pick up no simmies. Welcome smoke like a chimney, 100 jazz with your chin be. I might take the L, but respect is what you gon' give me. Why you claiming you would die for yours? Quit lying, boy, pull that heat out, stretch you like an ironing board. Nothing stand up out you, too much rubber in your spinal cord. So that shows when I perform. See the gangsters and the nerds standing front row, right next to the women dripping, they might need a poncho. Cocky with my consciousness, they ask me what I stunt for. I assume you can't relate, you ain't from where we come from. Look, serve sandwiches, no but 5 sandwiches, plus mama had to manage being mama, daddy, Santa. I predict every question, I already know the answer. Was it for my country, grandma, how I cultivate my candor, make them think I came from north of Atlanta. The most lyrical Bama, rhyme imperial, no nigga can slander my name. Let's see what this hammer dismantle his brain. That's a million nails in your coffin, bombing bars like I'm nauseous. No, it's us over crosses. How about Porsches and forces? All outside of the fortress, fruits of my lady enormous. My arrangement is gorgeous. Split my vein for this corpus. Unentertained by your office, just move my bounce in your office.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I go by the name of Caution, Mr. 700. Let me take these headphones off. I guess I'll keep them on. You are now tuned in to another virtual listening session. Yours truly. We doubling back. We're gonna call this the remix this time though, because we got a whole nother Rakim Al-Jabbaar project to talk about. We in here with my guy himself, the man of the hour.
Yes, sir.
We got my guy Pink Tigers in here as well. How you doing, my brother? And as you can hear, we done already got it started. Don't worry about where we are. It ain't nobody's business.
Nah, for real. Mind yours, goddamn.
Don't worry about what you see, you know what I'm saying? We somewhere in a great state of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Doing what we do. How y'all brothers doing this evening?
Amazing, my brother. Feeling good.
A tad bleeding in the city.
It's a very good time though, man. You know, it's good when you got a project coming and you got some shit going on and something to promote and something for people to kind of tap into.
No, for sure.
Your energy in general, man. So give us the name of the project, man. What's going on? What we talking about here tonight?
Big Baby Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And for those who don't know, just kind of give them a brief understanding of where the name came from.
Of course, it's inspired by the Thanos character from the Marvel Universe. I can just relate to him when I seen the movie, and especially the main concept as far as restoring order and balance to the universe. So, Big Baby Thanos restores order to the hip hop universe.
That's very interesting. So it's not in game though. It's more so.
Nah. Thanos ain't dying. Big Baby Thanos is immortal.
Yeah, for real though. It's not in game, is it?
Yeah.
So how long it take you to make this project, man?
Man, to be damn. If we think about it, the oldest song is probably from maybe 2019, 2020. I've been working on this since 2020, for sure.
Okay.
I was definitely on a verse on the 2020.
It was supposed to 2021?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. I was going to say it was supposed to. Oh, yeah. It was supposed to come out December 2021.
Correct. And I put a verse here right before you finished it.
For sure. Both of y'all was on that version.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
So we got to jump him is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Nah, listen, as long as you drop it.
One of them songs still came out. The one he on. Both of y'all on that.
Right.
That song still came out.
Yeah,
him on Christie is out.
I'm not mad at
Oh, that's not the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, as long as it's released.
I love that record.
I just want it released. You know what I'm saying? If a nigga do a feature, at least release it. I don't care what project you put it on. Nah, man. But talk about some of the producers you got on here, man. Who all you got producing on this joint?
We got Dark Side, Kurt McGirt, CG, Leo, of course, Jawborn, Old Boy, and Domino.
Shout out to all of them.
Yeah.
I feel like you're missing one.
Oh, and John.
Like, you think you're gonna say this shit like I'm not right here.
It's
cool. It's all right.
Yeah, my boy John, aka Pink Tiger.
Don't leave me out of the lyrics, bro. I was there too. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
All-star lineup.
and he made the most important one because it's the beginning and it's the most spiritual aspect of the album, and it lays the foundation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, for what we get into. So
that's a fact. That's a fact. I think when I asked you about this one in comparison to some of the other ones, the question I asked is what's different from this one than the last one. And I think you said it was a more well-balanced project.
For sure.
Is that just because of the type of songs that you made and more of a well-rounded aspect of like pick and choose?
I feel like the production has more replay value, as well as the rhymes.
Okay.
And I feel like it's a good mix of songs. It's showcasing my songwriting skills, and then it's another where it's the niggas it's songs where I'm just rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And to me, that's that balance. You know, it showcases the balance that we need.
Definitely.
And then I touched on a wide variety of emotions and topics too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So would you say this is one of your favorites, or is this just another one on the discography?
Damn. I mean, with it being new, of course, it's my favorite right now.
A little recency bias.
Yeah, but I do honestly feel like it's my best project, like by far. Like to me, it's not even close.
That's a heavy statement. How you feel about that? You agree?
I would agree. I think a change came when you did Ill Dallas.
I would agree.
But okay, so that's the thing, though, right? So after Underground God, in reflection, is how we get to the mindset that allowed me to make Ill Dallas. That's that first iteration of this mindset,
right?
Where I set myself free. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Gotcha.
Beforehand, it was topics that I would stay away from, trying not to shine light on something that I felt like shouldn't be glamorized or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whereas with Ill Dallas, at that point, I just wanted to rhyme anyway. You know what I'm saying?
You were rapping at a different level.
Yeah, it wasn't about writing songs. I just want to get bars off. You know what I'm saying? And I allowed myself to be free and get those bars off about whatever topics I wanted to.
Right.
And then when it came time to pivot back to this, it was more so about song structure. But still those moments where if I felt the energy to get them bars off, I did it. It's just over a different type of production. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so give us the first song we should go to. Well, second, we went into Reasonable Doubt first. So if you heard the what we came into, that was Reasonable Doubt, produced by Dark Side, right?
Yeah, and Jamarcus Bridges.
Jabbar, shout out to them for that. So give us
amazing beat.
Give us one of the ones you want the people to hear next, man. What's something you want them to hear next?
You could go to Infinite by Al-Jabbaar.
Infinite. Shout out to the brother Al-Jabbaar as well. Get into that.
Oh shit. Please listen here, this is my year, that's every year. Embrace your fears, please wipe your tears. There's different tears, none of my peers anywhere near. Chasing my rear, this is the top of the steeple. We are not created equal. I am a god to you sheeple. Your neighborhood hero, flowing sub-zero. Predict your future, no Cleo. Swinging like Craig if you deep. Reach for the crown, get deep, bro. Turn your block to a free throw. I'm at the night like Nowitzki. Shot after shot to you tipsy. Shot after shot to you dizzy. Run through your squad, Derrick Henry. Throwing your soul like a frisbee. Chug up your foes if you with me. This is new history. I keep more stones than a gypsy. Picture me rolling like Nipsey. In a new caddy, the outside is sweeter than rose. The inside is whiter than wicked. Rhyming so crazy, I'm ballin' like Britney. Calling me daily, they're sliding like Griffey. Ain't gotta tempt me. Swallow my pulse till it's empty. Won't be no need for redemption. I know my father forgive me. Kill them all in this memory. All in like I was menagerie. Yana and Nikki. Harder than ever, and I just keep busting. Closer too heavy, they causing concussions. All of my rhymes are just filled with combustion. Brick after brick, how we building construction. I just call man, he bring the percussion. Nina start talking to end the discussion. If I ain't the greatest, I'm in the discussion. I ain't the greatest thing in the discussion.
I have a funny story about that.
Come on, man.
You said what?
I have a funny story about that song. I remember when you got the first version of it back, and we were in the car, you were playing it, and you was like, I said, picture me rolling like Nipsey because I told you never say that shit again.
That was just for you. Straight up.
Listen, that was the one that was the one we had to run back at the listening party.
Oh yeah.
That was one of them ones. I didn't know, and even listening to it then, I didn't know that was the one that Al-Jabbaar produced. So shout out to him for being something a little. And I feel like I had heard as much as that man had to give, and I didn't know that was him. So shout out to him for that one, bro.
Yeah, and that was the listening party was a proof of concept. Because a lot of people wanted me to put a second verse on that song. Put a second verse on there or put a feature on there. And I'm like, no, it's too short. I was like, that's the whole point.
It works.
When a song goes off, you have to play it again.
Right.
You don't have no choice. You know what I'm saying?
It's like when the bass line hits, you want to hear it hit again.
Because it built up so much anticipation. It's so long where you think it's finna drop and it don't. And then it finally hits you and it drives you crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a heavy record right there. And I think more so, it has like that triumphant sound. But I think even when we was listening to it there, we had went through like the Please Don't Let Me Down. We went through the Doing It Big. So those were a vibe. But then when that one came on, it was like, okay, that's him back in his bag again. Like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's him right back in his bag again. You know, so I get that. Yeah. And you always got to do that though.
Oh yeah, you got to.
You know what I'm saying? You always have to do that. I think even if you have a conceptual album, and say if it's based upon something, you still have to have those pockets where you jump back in like, hey, niggas, don't forget. Like,
you gotta let them know,
you know what I'm saying? And I think that one did it, bro. I think that did it, though. What's crazy is I was listening to the whole project earlier, bro, and as I was thinking of a way to describe how it made me feel, as a person that's not from Texas, it gave me the, it's like a lineage type thing. So even if you go from like UGK, you know, Pimp C and Bun, or even if you try to tie in like the Houston wave with all the, you know, the early shit with like the screw tapes and all them niggas that had they vibe, the Paul Walls, Chamillionaires, all them niggas, and then to come to here with all the shit that y'all have done here, it has a very futuristic Texas sound to me. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like if a nigga didn't know what Texas music was supposed to sound like, in a sense, not that all of it should sound a certain way, because each artist from somewhere presents a different aspect of music, but yours is more so like it's a part of that. Like you feel like it's
of the same cloth.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's coming from.
That was conscious too, because I dealt with a lot of frustration in the past 2 years of like that whole, you sound like you from New York shit.
Right.
Or like I'm on stage talking shit about being an ill nigga from Dallas at Trees, right? I go to the bar when I get off stage, and nigga, he yelling at me from the other side of the bar.
Right.
He like, hey, you dope as fuck, bro. I love you, bro. Hey, where you from? I'm like, bro, I said I'm from Dallas. He said, what? And stormed over there to me. And he was like, you ain't from Dallas? And I was like, bro, I'm born and raised in Dallas, nigga. And he looking at me, he like, I mean, by the way you talking, I can tell you from Dallas, but damn, you sound like a, and in different scenarios. And what you said was ironic, because I told the niggas, I said, bro, I know more outside of Hove. I don't know them East Coast niggas' music, bro.
Right.
I know more UGK than I know Wu-Tang Clan or any of that other shit. I'm a nigga who, you can't tell me Bun B wasn't the best rapper alive in 1996. You know what I'm saying? My favorite rapper as a kid was Cooper. Nigga, I was trying to rhyme like Cooper, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
But it's interesting you say that, because he doesn't have a typical Texas sound in the way that he raps.
Ooh.
Cooper. He doesn't.
Yeah, but see, here also, but let's do this again. Let's go back. Let's say Bun. Or let's say Scarface. You know what I'm saying? So this is where we pulling this inspiration from.
Right.
This is what Groom does. This is the lineage. But it's just, you just so happen that when a nigga starts spitting, you want to jump to New York. Like I don't have OGs in Texas that I could have got that shit from.
Right.
That's my issue. Don't overlook Scarface, Bun B, Pimp C, Cooper, Slim Thug, Zero. I'm a Zero nigga too. To me, Zero was one of the illest niggas alive from goddamn 2004 to 2010. Like I don't understand why you know what I'm saying? Just because I'm rapping like this, you gonna jump over Zero and say fucking Redman or some shit. No disrespect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm from Texas, bro.
Right. And I think that's I think representation is a big deal. I always tell people that, especially with music, but I think with certain songs that I hear and there's a vibe, I feel like, you capture it very well. You know what I'm saying? And so that was my main takeaway from this. So let's get into I'll get into one of my favorites, which was Elementary Dreams.
Oh, that's my shit.
Let's get into that, man.
Timeless. Hey, baby Thanos. Look. I remember thinking I would be signed by 13. Elementary dreams. 19 years later, heavy on the scene. Feeling like Hove when he sold his triple beam. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. The best nigga rhyming with no reasonable doubt. But these labels can't figure me out. Most fold, I just figure reroute. We was always chasing paper. Get the money now, take the accolades later. Stash half, rip the rest for the now and laters. My youthful bliss was spent in K-Switch, now it's Gators. Suits well Taylor, Steve Harvey Razor. Dreaming while I'm scheming on 140 acres. Every thought is dangerous. Diamonds in my phrases, aura gold plated. Peep the bigger picture, how I framed it. Me and destiny got acquainted. I know the ins and outs, you can't maze us. It's in the DNA, you can't change this. So the flow is ageless. No matter how you spell it out, I hate man. Look at how they raised us. You can never blame us. The God of iron couldn't cage us. Yeah, where I'm from, they don't wanna hear these songs. Church boys turn gangster, they don't wanna hear these songs. Came a long way from writing poems, trying to cope with the death of my father. Nowadays, what I offer's free game on the top, but from my authentic author. Probably could've went to Harvard, but my intellect sharper than katanas. All my speeches for rewinders. Above the stars where you find us, and the sun couldn't blind us, cause we shining internally, eternity. Rhyming like I left the infirmary. Nothing less than lyrical surgery, certainly. Those who never heard of me, every stage I grace another murder scene. Peace.
Listen to this. We always working, right?
Listen, bro.
And I'm gonna tell you something.
That shit is like, lyrically, as far as it goes, that song is probably one of the most impressive. As far as like your approach to it. And you know me, I'm one of them niggas that like, I'ma dissect lyrics in general. Like if I'm listening to a nigga rap, it's probably 50% of what you saying and 50% of how you deliver it. You know what I'm saying? So we can sit in here and talk about the wood panels on the floor, but it's just about how you present it to me and how you go about it. Stylistically, I would say the title of the song gives me a perspective of like how you were going to come about it, as far as like what your approach to that specific song was gonna be. Yeah. And so like kind of go into that, man. I know you're a huge Jay-Z fan. I know you kind of we fall in that same category as far as if somebody asks you who's the greatest, you know what I'm saying? So talk about how you were trying to encapsulate the essence of that, because I felt it from the time that I heard it, like as far as that goes. Like, and that's not even, Reasonable Doubt is one song, but this falls in the same vibe as that though.
Nah, yeah. Because it's a reoccurring theme in my mind. You know what I'm saying? To feel like you one of the best niggas out rhyming and have, at the stage of my career, have a certain level of connection to the industry, but it's like nobody really fucking with you like that. You know what I'm saying? And then truthfully speaking, you got 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and you begging to be let out, essentially. You know what I'm saying? But nobody really biting on it like that. So you gotta, it's different ways you can deal with that in your mind. You know what I'm saying? And that pondering on that just made me think of how when I was young, I thought like a nigga was just gonna sign me because I was dope.
Facts. That is the thought process, bro. For real. That's the thought process. You don't know about
all the work that go into this shit.
The politics behind it.
Yeah, major politics. You know what I'm saying?
It's nasty.
And what the music business is, you know what I'm saying? And so that was just, reflecting on that one day, I approached that really just expressing that emotion, how I felt about that shit.
Right. You know is there still, I know as far as the things that you've done here in Dallas in general, being as, accolades and write-ups and people knowing who you are and everybody sees you as this lyrical individual. Like if you want to hear a nigga that rap from Dallas, go see Rakim type shit. Is there any more of a need to even like care about that specific market as far as trying to like?
Hell nah, man. I just told the other day, nigga, trying to see how much on blast I'm gonna put on this shit. But basically, I've been telling niggas all year, bro, like, I know I still gotta put on for the city, you know. It's not a million people here that know who I am and love me, so I can always look at it from that perspective to keep myself humble, right? But nah, it ain't nothing for me to do here specifically. I don't give a fuck about Dallas as far as that. Like, I'm not worried about doing those shows here. You know what I'm saying? None of that. I'm trying to get on the road, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Other cities, other markets, you know what I'm saying? New faces, new crowds, new people.
And that was my other takeaway from listening to this is I feel like you're getting further and further away from that. And
From the city?
Yeah. And not even just by the music. I think what your approach is, I think if you master a certain thing, especially if you conquer something, right? There's no sense in like continuing to conquer that same thing.
Man, it's crazy you say that because I've been running into conversations with rappers more, and even though I know it's true, like I can feel it in the conversation. Like since a lot of people look at me like the person you go to for lyricism here, niggas like coming to me and telling me how they better than me and shit like that.
Yeah.
And like I'm not even really moved by it no more. Like normally you would get the response you want from me with that shit, and right now to me it's like, bro, none of that matters.
It
you know what I'm saying? Because
it doesn't.
Let's say, and you feel that way off of other people's perception. Everybody feels like I'm the best here, nigga. I'm trying to get paid, bro.
For real.
If you want to be the best nigga here, that's fine, bro.
Get paid.
You know what I'm saying? But that shit ain't got me no money yet.
It's being the best nigga getting you paid.
You feel me, nigga? I'm trying to get paid, bro.
I remember we had Jason on episode of Life Behind Bars, and he was talking about that. He was like, man, I don't give a fuck about being the best rapper.
Bro, that shit don't matter,
He was just
bro.
like, you know, and you could tell when you get to that point because you see so much, bro.
Yeah.
And I think when you get a glimpse behind the curtain with a lot of this shit, you start to see like, well, damn, like niggas is really making money off this. Like, you know, you do enough, you know, niggas take a lot of pride in opening for people where you do shows where you're kind of the act that comes out first, and then you see the main act and you see the way that they're treated, and you see, you know, they get every amenity that they need. They getting paid to be there. They secured as far as them getting in and out of the facility. And it's like, how much of this free shit are you gonna be able to continue to do just because you feel like you the best nigga doing it? You see
It
what I'm
killed
saying?
me when I see one of them niggas be lazy. I seen a nigga last year
Majority of them.
that we opened for.
Name drop.
It was 2 days. I ain't gonna do that. It was Friday and Saturday. And from what I know, between Friday and Saturday, he made $27,000.
It's crazy.
2 shows, a couple features, $27,000. Go back on. And he was lazy the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Just go
crazy.
back to the crib. Or I will name drop this one. When I met Crook, Crook was giving me game, right? And he was saying, mind you, it's probably like 2019. He was like, or 2020, he was like, I said I'm gonna retire next year, right? So I said I wasn't gonna do no features this year, but I've been doing features. It's like September, it's August, September, right?
Right.
And he said, bro, I done did like 75 features.
Shout out to the nigga.
75 features.
How
Now,
many? 75, 60.
let's do the math. Let's say at minimum, you getting a Crook feature for $1,500.
Okay. Yeah.
And he done did 75 features. We're not talking about no show money, no merch money, no stream money, no radio money, no royalty money.
Right, just straight cash.
And we already at 6 figures.
Yeah, I done made close to 100,000 on features.
Now so I've been asking niggas, you know, because I realized too at this point in the game, a lot of niggas want to be famous.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But if you can make 6 figures a year from rapping, instead of going and clocking in for somebody else, would you consider yourself
Sign
successful?
me up.
On
Easy.
the dead homies,
Sign
right?
Me up. Sign me up, nigga. What the
On the
fuck?
dead homies, right?
Any
nigga.
day,
You know
nigga.
what I'm
Like,
saying?
come on.
Like, come on, bro. So that's
It
what
don't
I'm
even come
trying.
close.
I'm trying to get
it
to
don't
that
even
6
come
first.
close,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Like, but I think that's one of those things about hip hop that people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? When you so involved in the culture, you see the people that make money that you wouldn't even know they make money. So you wonder how these people still, you know, venture in these circles, and you see rappers from 10 to 12 years ago that are still around. For one, they probably got some shit circulating as far as they publishing is going, so they making money from that. You know what I'm saying? If you ever had a hit record,
Oh my God.
you can live forever off that motherfucker
my
if you play it
God.
smart enough.
Yeah.
Even if it's just one record.
All you need is one.
For real. So think about the niggas that got like 2 or 3.
Name
But
of
that's
the
why
game, period.
I get confused when niggas talk about niggas like Lil Bow Wow and shit, but I'm like, listen, bro, that nigga can still do a tour every year.
Bow Wow is a legend.
Do a tour every year. You know what I'm saying?
What it is, especially a nigga our age. If you ain't on Bow Wow, I'm just gonna assume he probably knocked your old lady in.
He had to.
Both
he
of
had
them.
to.
Both
You
of them.
heard? It's
I
like,
said both of them.
that shit is crazy. And shout out to I'm gonna shout out Royce too, because
Oh yeah, definitely shout out to Royce, man.
that's one of the things where like people see me around Royce, and I talked to somebody the other day. They was like, "Is the Royce record on there?" I was like, "Me and Royce don't have no record." Like, what?
Niggas just assume.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you've lied to everyone, and that there is one, and you're just not gonna ever
Yeah,
let
no,
it
That's
yeah,
go.
crazy.
listen,
I wouldn't hold no Royce record. I
Nah.
promise you.
Yeah,
He
you
got
got to
it.
let that go.
But the thing about it is sitting in a room with somebody like that, he understands the importance of mentorship and giving niggas the game about what's really going on behind these doors and focusing on helping niggas with their business. The rapping shit, that's easy. It don't even really mean nothing. It's like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can rap your ass off, nigga. Yeah, you one of us, nigga, okay? But how is you gonna turn this into a business and be able to feed multiple families? You know what I'm
It
saying?
reminds me of Kendrick's story about why Prince wasn't on Good Kid, Mad City.
Because of the master thing.
No, he said when Prince came to the studio, they just talked.
Oh yeah.
And they talked for 10 hours. And then Prince left, and then, rest in peace, he passed away. And I'm like, the gems Kendrick got from Prince is probably bigger than that record ever could
Nah,
have been.
man, if you
But
get-
I still want to hear that motherfucker.
If you get an opportunity to sit with anybody on that level and they fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
conversation is way more important than that record.
It's
Bro.
super
I promise you, bro.
valuable, super
Yeah,
valuable. All right, man. So give me another record. Give me another one to get into. What you want the people to hear next? I'll let you pick them as we go through them.
So you keeping track of what y'all play?
You could do Play Big
Okay.
or Doing It Big. I don't know if I
forgot what
renamed it
y'all
on
played
there.
already.
Nah, I know what we
Y'all
played.
been drinking.
Dollar bill, yeah. Dollar OG, baby. I'm talking about dollar bill, dollar bill, dollar bill, yeah. Dollar bill. Look, as we bow our head, thank the Lord for this bread. Keep me safe from my eyes, all my enemies dead. Keep me blessed by the vibes, make them give me some head. Used to slave on the block, now we doing it big. Ayy, ayy, now we doing it big. Ayy, ayy, now we doing it big. Rolling shot on my wrist, all the dimes on my teeth. When you grinding like this, you'll be doing it big. All I ever wanted is a Hummer for my mama, independent from my granny. Hustling, trying to feed my family. Told them they can keep the Grammys. Just hand me out $1 bills. It's for the ones who know how it feels. The beat coming home from school and your light is cut out. Ain't happy till you silver spoons act like your life is cut out. But that ain't nothing to me. My 2 little sisters and my little brother. Had to borrow jelly, all we got is peanut butter. Mama always told us all we needed was each other. Nowadays them hundreds over flooded out the cupboard. My whole bloodline on the come up. You can't take nothing from us. Ancestors handle drama and I put that on your mama. Look, as we bow our head, thank the Lord for this bread. Keep me safe from my eyes, all my enemies dead. Keep me blessed by the vibes, make them give me some head. Used to slave on the block, now we doing it big. Ayy, ayy, now we doing it big. Ayy, ayy, now we doing it big. Rolling shot on my wrist, all the dimes on my teeth. When you grinding like this.
That's one of the ones I heard a while back, right? Yeah, and that was one of the ones. I think it was a show at Trees, right?
Oh, for sure.
I think it was a show at Trees, and y'all performed that bitch, bro. And that was kind of my introduction to it, right?
For sure.
Shit was fucking crazy. Like,
Now that's the first time I done got a reaction like that from a record. The first time performing it, like about the second time I did the hook, the crowd knew it, and I'd never seen no shit like that before. That shit fucked me up on stage. Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? If you could go back and watch the video, I backed up. I was backing up because I was in shock. Like, oh shit,
Right,
nigga.
right.
Like,
I remember it, bro. I remember that moment. That was a dope ass show too. Shout
nah,
out
that
to
bitch was live. That was the initiation show.
yeah, that shit was
That
super
bitch was
dope,
live.
man. That was super dope. So the inspiration for that song, and not even to go too deeply for it, it seems like a like you on the other side of like, you know, what you trying to get to type of shit. Like, you know, we fought to get to a certain place. We talking about the rollies on our wrists. You know what I'm saying? We went through all this. Now we doing it a certain way type shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, but in reality, it's more so like one of them like it's like a money mantra song. Mm-hmm. It's like a manifestation song, like speaking all of this into existence.
Gotcha.
You know
That makes sense too, though. That does make a lot of sense.
That's the approach of it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
I
felt like it was real enough for like the trenches to relate to it, and soft enough for the babies to fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Like just between the production and just the energy of the song, I feel like that was something
because the hook gives you that vibe, but it's not like an overly rapped hook. You know how sometimes a hook can be very wordy.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially with niggas like us.
Yeah, you gotta try to avoid that. I'm telling you, boy. Sometimes it'd be like, nigga, rap less, bro.
Nigga put
like,
a verse on the hook.
God damn, rap less. This is not We Major, nigga. You do not need a 16-bar hook. Like, stop, bro. Like, for real. But no, I think a lot of the shit that a lot of times people try, and that goes back to what I was telling you about the kind of music and like the representation of it. Because a lot of times people try, but that's one of those songs. Yeah. Like to me, that's one of those songs that's like very Texas, but not necessarily in like what you talking about. It just gives you that vibe, bro. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like every time I hear certain songs, I feel that way. Yeah. But you know, and that's outside of the norm for me because I don't have a lot of rappers from Texas that I'm like big fans of, like where their music is in my playlist.
That's interesting. That's how y'all is out there too, though. Y'all like that.
Yeah, bro.
That's why if a nigga get hot in Cali, that nigga is good.
Yeah, bro. We very biased.
It's all bass lines in California, though.
For real, though. It slaps. If that bitch better have a clap to it.
For sure.
If it ain't got no hard snare, we ain't listening. Yeah. We ain't listening. But I think, you know, Texas and California always have that I would probably say that relationship as far as music goes.
We cousins for sure.
Yeah, bro. It'll always be that way. It's inevitable.
I mean, y'all wouldn't have NWA without us.
You
know I gotta get flavor.
And I can't speak against it. I'm not gonna go against it. For real though, I'm not gonna go against it at all because there's a lot of truth in that statement, and you know it can be backed up. One day we got to get that nigga on here to talk his story,
so
bro.
Come on, Doc, come fuck with us, man.
With the production, I think that thing that you're feeling that you probably it's hard to express is that there's a lot of gospel chords in Southern music. Yeah. And so in every record I've heard, this is and I'm not saying that it's a copy of it, but this is a church song energy record. Gotcha. And it gives you that old timey feel at the same time with modern drums. And so, especially with doing it big, I don't know if you've ever heard of Body Headbangers, but that's what it reminds me of when I heard. I was like, oh, big bodies riding on to somebody out here knows what I'm talking about.
Right, yeah, somebody, you know,
I'm lost.
Yeah, no, it's some down south shit, but
facts.
Yeah, it's you hear them chords and it's like, oh, you back in church again, and so you relate to it, even though you don't know how to quite put your finger on what it is you're relating to.
That makes sense.
Yeah, man, that shit is heavy. Did you go? Are all of these beats pre-made to where you went and picked them, or they were made specifically for you? Or a combination of both type shit?
I hit the producer and was like, hey, I'm working, give me...
so there's no way for you, in certain instances, you wouldn't even know.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know.
But if they are giving them to you that way, they're still picking them with the intent,
I think Ja made Infinite for me.
Right, yeah, because I'd never heard that beat before.
He'll make 20 beats in a day. Right, for sure. Old Boy made Elementary Dreams for me.
Okay.
Sunkissed, or AKA Brown Skin, I technically co-produced that. You know what I'm saying? I picked that sample. And we worked that beat for like 3
years. Oh, you good? No, that's just me.
We worked that beat for like 3 years. Heartbreak Hotel, Still in Love, that's made for me.
Nuts.
Libations is made for me.
You got this shit back in what? A few hours?
No, for sure. Yeah. And then the 3 bonus is made for me. That was a hoses.
Gotcha.
2 of them was tailored actually to the rap. That's kind of like how me and Menace did.
Yeah.
So Law of Detachment and Anahata, I didn't rap on those beats. Those beats was made around that rap.
So let me ask you a question. For you, is it easier to come up?
Oh, my fault.
Fuck, oh,
That was me.
that was the fire alarm. It was in high school all over again. Is it easier for you to come up with a verse or a concept and then have someone build around it, or is it easier for you to get into the flow of the message of the actual beat?
Good question.
Flow of the beat.
Man.
Gotcha.
When the beat changes, it's because the producer felt like it should change, and I'm comfortable with that.
Right.
Gotcha.
Cause I got my original inspiration from that original beat, and once I get that off, I'm cool and I'm open minded enough to, you feel like you should rebuild something else around that. I'm cool. Let me hear how that is.
Right.
I trust the producer with that.
See, it's funny because for me, it's totally backwards. Like, if I make I guess it's because I produce. When I make a beat, it's hard for me to rap over it because my brain kicks in the producer brain. So a lot of my records, I start with the whole song finished and then make the beat over the top of it.
I mean, I'm moving around more. I hear a lot of artists like that. Like I was in a session with Bobby Billions recently, right? And he creates melodies for every song that he writes. He don't write the beats. He writes a song and he like has created a melody to it in his head, and then he hums that to a producer.
Oh wow,
that's my whole.
And they
process.
make whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Whatever was going on. I heard, and I was just with somebody else who was talking about. I think I was with Ty. Ty write with no beat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no. If I write with no beat, that's going in a poetry book.
Yeah, I can't. I gotta have it.
If I don't have no beat, I can't write no rap.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've gotten so much to the point where now it's just strictly the skeleton. I don't even need you to have beat changes. I just give me a 4-bar loop.
Yeah. Oh, for shit, man.
Dry.
Hey, with me and Leo, that's a lot how I be telling you, bro,
Facts,
all
bro.
that other shit you want to do. Listen, loop that bitch for 3 minutes.
Facts.
You hear me?
Repeat,
And when I get done, when I send it back, you can do all that.
do
shit you
it in
niggas like,
post.
Like
Do
my
it in
nigga
post.
Tupac told me, all this shit, all the kick drums, y'all like to stay in the studio and work on all night. Nigga, do that shit when the rapper's gone.
For
nigga.
real.
On everything.
For me, it makes the process easier because then I can dictate what you do when I get done. So now you're building it around what I'm saying instead.
And then too, I am more involved in the production of my music than the average person would
Which is
know.
good.
Still too though. You know what I'm saying? I code everything I do. I code. I co-produce. I co-direct.
He say he taking all y'all credits, niggas.
Nah, I don't, and I never take credit for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just heavily involved in my shit because I have produced. I have made beats before, but I have a producer brain. You know what I'm saying? I just not. I don't have time for this shit.
Right.
For real.
Should get back into it, bro.
I will. I'm gonna pick up. I'm going back in instruments though.
Right. All right, let's give them. What I've learned not to do with this is give them every song. Right?
No, yeah, you can't do that.
Can't give them every song. You got to go listen to it. Let them know what's the name of the project again and when they can find it.
Big
where they
Baby
can find it.
Thanos, March 20th. It's available everywhere. You can also go to www.rakimaljabbar.com.
The official.
And you can buy the CD there. I also have a project there called Firebird. It's not on no streaming platform. Tap in. We got the merch on there. We got some more stuff coming soon.
That's love. That's love. So let's get into one more, man. Which one you want to get into? Which one you want to lead out with them on? Let them hear last. The last song to give them.
I don't know if I changed the name or it's Sun
You
Kissed on
did.
there.
You changed. Listen, this is how crazy it is.
Right.
When I first got this list, what I was scrolling through looking at ain't the same as what I just pulled up today. That's why I'm looking like, wait a minute, like
Yeah, because even though you got we all in the same folder, I can change it.
yeah, all that shit is completely different names to what I heard earlier. I was like, hey, what's crazy is I kept screenshotting songs, right? I was like, I'm gonna talk about this song specifically, so I'm gonna screenshot it. I just went back and looked, and that is not the name of the fucking song.
Oh, you gotta tell me, and I can tell you.
Hold on, let me see. The first one I did was To Tell the Truth.
That's Anahata.
Okay. And then Heat Rocks was one of them.
Law of Detachment.
Okay, so I was right. Those are the bonus joints, right?
Those two of the bonus.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's why
you
they
can play one of them if you want to talk about them.
Yeah, man, let's get into
for
Law
sure.
of Detachment.
For sure. That's my shit too.
Yeah. My nigga. Every season is grand with the season. Baby Thanos. Check. Back with a vengeance, known to run with a pack full of missions who actually live in a gimmick that you package as image. You lacking repentance, blinded by your fragmented vision. Your status was given, then you turned your back on the kitchen. Now the line outside the building is thinning. So the love that you sending, really just a plea for support. Lord knows it breaks my heart to see these kings resort to the ways of the colonizer. You faker than Al Sharp than prophesizing. And though I'm calibrating, if it's anything you get from me, learn to embrace your humility. That's a blessing. And deep inside each and every one of those a lesson. So quit the stressing, I was destined to sever the head of any nigga claiming king. That's in the name of my father remains. Heaney, Yimmy, yes, I yes to the future. Look how karma suits you. No, on the surface, I seem calm and neutral. But deep inside me is residing somebody who twisted ivory and dying to catch a body. I be lying if I say I wasn't possessed by a demon that don't believe in any MC breathing, perceive, but he's seated above me. I don't need you to trust me. See, I could never make $1 and still be the greatest. From South Dallas to South 6, I'm everybody's favorite. Look at my domination. And these just shabs ain't even hit you with no combination. See, saw the conversation. I had to congregate with those who made they living off the curb. Then still go to school, spilling knowledge on the nerves. Observe from these birds when we ain't seen no bit of factor. For every crime I ever committed was against a cracker. Achieve what you after, will greet you with laughter. You see through to be true, my beast with your master. Yeah, and keep it crystal clear. The big orca, one out of great white fear, and now we here. Yeah.
That's heavy right there.
Super heavy.
That is heavy. Like,
what's crazy is that song is all your fault.
how'd that happen?
We was partying. It was me, you, him, and Bryson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
You pressed the button about a particular topic. You know, we received a couple phone calls and shit. You know?
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah.
And so, you know.
Yeah, that's one of them things.
Once we got them phone calls, I knew some shots was coming, so I just loaded my clip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
So did you say sever the head or sever the hair?
Bracket, huh?
Did you say sever the head or sever the hair?
I mean, the hair is on the head, so you might as well just go off with the head, right?
The whole thing.
That was a wild night.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, that was you know.
That's probably as far as.
Fun fact for the listeners: orca whales are actually giant dolphins and not whales at all.
That's fancy.
Just a fun fact.
Listen, man.
Shout out to the orcas, man.
Shout out to the
real.
orcas, though.
That whole concept is crazy, though.
Yeah.
The concept of that is crazy. Like, once I realized what you were saying, I was like, "Oh, this nigga's wild. This nigga's a wild nigga, boy."
Yeah, man, we out here, man. We outside with that shit.
Yeah,
you know
man. And I think those are great. Those are great songs to have. You know, like we talked about earlier, to have those. Like, you know, I'm good with conceptually putting shit together. I'm good with coming up with songs, but also
I will bust your motherfucker.
yeah,
head,
man.
you know
And like, if a nigga don't realize that, they'll play with you.
and not to the white meat, to the bone and that shit.
This nigga said,
Fuck the white meat, the bone, man.
breaking it down to the marrow.
To the marrow, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm excited about this, man. I'm glad you just circling back around. It was time. What was this? 2023. You gave us how many projects last year?
3.
11.
It feels like it, though, doesn't it?
This nigga don't not. He on the Griselda tip. Just keep dropping.
I fell short, man. I only gave y'all 3 last year.
Fell short.
Hey, damn near one every quarter.
So I'm gonna make up for it this year.
Okay.
I'm gonna give y'all 4 this year. Yes, the next one is basically already done. I made the track list yesterday.
Nice.
I'm
nice.
extremely excited.
Use any of my
Yeah,
I will see you again in June.
Yeah, circular wagons.
You know what I'm
Circular
saying?
wagons.
We
bro.
are outside.
That's a
nigga.
fact.
You know
That's a
what I'm saying?
fact, bro. Like,
You know
Bad
it's crazy when I
prison.
got a single out.
Oh,
Yeah, shout out to you,
shout out
man.
my nigga. You got Hide and Seek out.
Yeah, man.
Right now on all streaming platforms. My nigga Caution just dropped a video. It's on Real Life Productions. Real Life Street Stars YouTube channel. That bitch going up. We got 2 of the dopest freestyles out right now.
Oh shit,
on the
man!
Hit list on all over, showing niggas
that
how
shit
to rhyme.
crazy.
With a hood on, you know it's a problem.
Yeah, so I thought we was finna go rob something. You feel me?
Hey, that bitch been doing.
Room got dark.
That bitch been doing numbers as far as
was
like,
African by the end
That nigga Carson Slick got possessed in that bitch real quick. I was like, hold the fuck up, man.
That bitch is crazy, bro. I've been having people hit me about that shit all over the place. Like, shout out to Be Original for coming through.
Nah, for sure. And you didn't even come prepared for that. I'm gonna let
I didn't,
know.
bro. I didn't.
That ain't even what the homie came up there to do. He came up there to record my shit.
Facts.
And got put on the spot.
That nigga just asked me.
Delivered.
And got the dumping. That nigga said, oh, don't mind if I do.
Listen, bro. Niggas can't show up. You gotta know. You gotta know when a nigga need a sparring partner. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta come prepared. And you know, for a lot of people that feel like they do this shit, when you're put on the spot to do something, you should be able to do it.
Oh, especially, we talking about rhyming.
Yeah, come on, bro.
There ain't nothing but rhyming. Nigga ain't asked you to write a whole song.
But you know, niggas getting there and clam up and I got some shit. Nah, bro.
Yeah, I mean, because they fugazi. We don't call it how
we know what that
it.
is.
Them niggas fugazi. You ain't no real MC.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? When the guards come to the city, the niggas do not call your phone, homie.
Facts.
I don't give a fuck who you got a feature with.
At all.
Same niggas you got a feature with come to the city. Don't call you, they call me.
Mm-hmm.
Stop the madness.
Yeah, for real though. You know how niggas do. Hey man, Big Baby Thanos.
Yeah, we out here, man. The pharmacy, nigga. You heard?
Come on, man. Like, but niggas can't lie no more.
Hey, man,
we in a position where niggas can't. Like, we know who moving
that's
and
what I was
shaking.
thinking about. Was like before mass media existed, rappers would do the same freestyle at every radio station.
Oh hell yeah,
which is fine.
No, they wasn't even freestyle. You just from the album.
From the album. Facts. You hear album verse, multiples. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas don't freestyle. Niggas really did.
My all over hit list freestyle, nigga. I don't even remember that hoe right now. Nigga, hoe is not on nothing.
For real.
I don't even know.
Find that motherfucker.
That shit was specifically for that, nigga. Just you know what I'm saying?
Say I might put it on something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I fuck around and do that shit. But I don't even. Nigga, I don't even know how many bars that is. Like, that's really just a nigga just got off. And
for real though.
When I felt good about it, I stopped rapping. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you got it right that way. Like I've even jotted like acapella freestyles before. Like ones that I knew I wasn't gonna have a beat to. Those are always the funnest. Yeah. Because it's always niggas look at you like, damn, nigga, that's a freestyle. Yeah,
nigga.
It is, nigga. Yeah, nigga. For 40 bars.
Get off, nigga. Yeah.
Well, listen, Big Baby Thanos.
Yes, sir.
What's the date it's dropping?
March 20th.
March 20th. 3 days before my C day.
Oh, on the day, homies, it's going up.
3 days before the C day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, you gonna be in the land.
I'm gonna be out there knocking that shit, bro. I'm gonna turn it up one time for you. You know what I'm saying?
Get you a bottle of that Bel Air Rare Rosé for your boy one time. You know what I'm saying?
Bring back some kush.
Oh, nigga, my nigga, I didn't even look at the guards. My nigga is going to Cali. Hey, shout out to Erica Badu.
Oh, hell yeah.
They got that Badu in all cookie stores out there.
Oh, they do. Oh, she is.
That's what I want.
Come on, bro.
I
Let's say less. I ain't gonna say too much because we on camera.
Yeah.
Well, fuck that. This probably they ain't gonna know. You don't know what
I'm going. The bill. You fine.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm out there, man. But for real though, Big Baby Thanos, Rakim, Al-Jabbaar.
March 20th.
We in here with Pink Tigers. Caution, Mr. 700, the normal suspects, man. Everybody knew nothing new going on.
Do it.
Check out the last episode of All Over Radio. We got to shoot the next one as well.
Yeah, we got to do that ASAP. Bro coming back from South by Sunday.
I figured that's where he was.
Oh, so we just do it when you get back?
Yeah, I'll be back Friday. So that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in. Watch all the other ones too, man. Even though 2 of them is Rakim.
Right.
Watch all of them. Shit, listen, Ill Dallas, one of my favorite albums. So go back and watch that, huh? You know what I'm saying?
That's what's a classic. Stop playing with it.
Yeah, for real, man. Check out
shout
the
out
one
to
we
DJ
did.
Menace.
Yeah, facts.
I want to give a shout out to all the producers. Shout out to Amp B. Shout out to President Young. And shout out my nigga October because the mixes is immaculate.
Which is, it's vital.
For sure.
Song ain't a song without it, man.
No, for
song
real.
Ain't a song without it. Appreciate y'all brothers, man.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. It's all over.
We gotta
just dropping everything.
No, but listen, we don't never do like niggas too cool to ask niggas to subscribe. We gotta start doing it.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Fucking button
All over me.
and the bell.
Nah,
for
we
real.
coming
And
heavy
the
with-
bell icon.
We don't ever do that. And I be watching other niggas video and they say it. I be like, shit, let me go ahead.
Hey, niggas do that shit at the beginning. Niggas,
And the middle.
Laugh Hopper stop everything. Wait. Subscribe. It don't cost you no paper unless you a motherfucking hater.
Right, for
and
real.
Then you start the interview.
We gotta start doing that,
man,
bro. So
subscribe to the YouTube channel,
Facts.
all over media,
Facts, man.
Go, it's a catalog of content on there, man.
Oh my
Go
God.
enjoy yourself. Turn on that notication bell so you can stay tuned for what we got coming.
some of
in
that
the
black
future.
entertainment
You know
on
what
there,
I'm
man.
saying?
No
Yeah,
Bob
man.
Johnson.
Yeah, man. Whoa.
Y'all stay light.
It's all over.